電気開通したのでガレージ開けるよ。何か武器でもあるのか。
I almost never set foot in here. There's gotta be something. Nothing. Wow, a projector. I thought I would
なんか
forget
持っ
its
てきて映
existence
す
with
ん
my
だろ
school
ね。
years. What is it?
あの光って警戒してる石と同じか？雰囲気的にエリスは知らないところだろうし、例のスパイの部屋とかか？そしてこの後、オプションの屋根裏に行ってみたんだけど。
This suit. I was in the attic with him when everybody disappeared. I remember wearing it, but
騒動はガスマスクが必要な事態だったみたい。古い消しゴム。何に使うの？多分屋根裏のメインイベント。なんかよくわからぬアーケードゲーム。ベストスコアを越すとなんかアイテムもらえるって。早速やってみたゆかりさん。何これは？基本操作はレール切り替え。列車を同じ色の車庫に導くみたい。後半に差し掛かり、ゆかりさんの CPU は爆発寸前。サーマルスロットリングにより機能低下。画面を見るのも嫌になったので強制終了。気になる人はご自分でどうぞ。ちなみにベッドで寝ると。次の日になります。まあ予想通り。それじゃあガレージの奥へ。暗いね。電気ついてないね。
Wait, isn't it exactly the same gem I have attached on my bracelet? Where did he find it? He was apparently willing to ship it to be analyzed?
そもそもそのブレスレットはどこで手に入れたんだよ。なんだこれ。暗くて何も見えないんだが。なんかついた。わからんから後にしよう。なんか説明書あったけど後にしよう。
Let's shed some light on this.
普通に明るくなるんか。なんかいろいろ調べてたっぽいね。
If you're listening to this, you are probably the person sent by the office to continue my investigation. Well,
違うんだが。
A year ago, as stated in my previous reports, I infiltrated the lighthouse last month, but they just found out that a tape was missing, and I think they're on to me now. I used to borrow tapes during the night, but this time they noticed before I could bring them back. I didn't have time to use the new filtering machine, but I left the tape inside it. I hope it's safe there with you. Since I have to leave, I prepared the way for you, and I have regrouped all of my ongoing work onto 3 different boards, each including a guiding tape. The first one gathers my studies on the audio signal coming from the oceanic floor, which was the reason our interest was piqued by St. Exel in the first place. The second board will give you more details on the local cult, whose believers call themselves the Devoted. The third board is about Operation White Medusa, which is probably why you're here now. We are now definitely forced to recognize that the village of St. Exel is the center of great political and scientific interest, as we first suspected. I hate to leave like this, but I'm afraid my time has come. During the last 2 weeks, the lighthouse had trouble acquiring new information from ashore. Apparently, some kind of technology has been jamming their signal. Is there some kind of expert trying to hack the operation? I'll leave it to you to find out.
やべえなこれ。海底から来る音声信号。デボーテッドと名乗るカルト教団。白いメデューサ作戦。大きく分けて3つを調べていたっぽいんだが、それぞれが独立しているのか、それとも絡み合うのか。話が大きくなりすぎたりしないよな。 まずこれを聞いてくれというテープのまとめ。スパイの名前はマシュー・バンクス。このフィルタリングマシンにテープが残っているみたいなので解析するらしいが、当然のように訳されておらず、手元の iPad でサクッと翻訳。なるほど。なるほど。なんか変な音する。多分、このつまみはここでいいはず。声っぽいよなこれ。速度を調整しまして。潜水艦からの信号で、何かにぶつかって浸水している緊急援助を要請してる。これだけっすね分かったのは。じゃあ、まず1枚目のボードから。ボードごとにテープがあって、再生に沿って写真とかがハイライトされるんだけど、全部で3枚ある上に一つ一つが長いの。全部見たい人は動画の最後に流すのでそこでよろ。何回か謎の信号が観測され、ロークワル計画を実行。灯台で信号の解析とかしてたのかな？さっきの潜水艦はここと連携していたよう。お次、白いメデューサ作戦。なんか、いろいろとやばい村がありまして、これもう放置できねえなと気がつきまして。2つのイベントを使って住民を捕まえる。村にあったトラックや家にあったガスマスクはこの時のものかな。作戦実行に至った理由ははっきりとしていないっぽい。敵として出てきている方々の見た目は、この作戦を実行した部隊の見た目なんじゃないかなって。なんで生身の敵じゃないのかってのはまだわからない。お次、カルト教団デボーテッド。まずは、村の住民や動物の異常。これによって離れていった人もいたみたい。そして何かしらの運動によってデボーテッド設立。そのトップはアロア系。彼女は水中にいる恐ろしい存在を主張して、何か生贄のような形で海に棺桶を流してるみたい。次回の会合について言及してたけど、そのうち訪問することになるんだろうなって。ちなみに、恐ろしい存在のイメージ画像がこちら。これさ、多分いるんでしょ。世界観というか、起こっている出来事的にね。いかがでしたでしょうか。自分なりにまとめてみましたが、よくわかりませんでした。手帳には、簡易的なまとめが書き込まれるので、頭ゆかりさんの人にも安心。では3秒ごとに切り替え。正直テープを聞くより、このまとめを読んだ方がスッと入ってくるような来ないような。結局住民が消えた理由って、複合的なものってことでいいんか？
What is this folder? Your next objective.I'll study that during the night. A bit of reading always helps.
スパイの書類入手しますか？はい。これを入手して、ベッドで寝ると。
All these repetitions. His voice still echoes in my head. I need to know more. Let's find that antenna on the village beach.
エリス的には、砂浜でアンテナを見つける。ゆかりさん的には、謎。エリスがちゃんと録音してた。
Who never came? Matthew apparently needed to join the lighthouse maintenance team to gain access to the Rorqual cell. To achieve this, he was forced to make a deal. The sect could help him get hired quickly, but in exchange, Matthew would have to pass on the information obtained once there. He didn't know why the cult was interested in all this, but he needed them, so he agreed in order to continue his investigation.Matthew knew that the Rorqual cell used a specific radio frequency to communicate with the outside. Just before his departure, he discovered that the cell could no longer connect to this very frequency. The radio worked well, but the signal of this wave was scrambled, which prevented transmissions. It looked like sabotage, but who was behind it all? A member of the lighthouse team? Another spy? Only one thing was clear to him.If someone had wanted to disturb the signal, he would have gone through the big antenna of St. Exel. I have already spotted it in the past. It is on the keys towards the beach. I just have to go there.
通信が妨害されて、それが工作なら大きなアンテナを通ったはず、とな。 毎回これやるのか。右は220。さて上はまさかのノーヒント？左だけなら、まあなんとかできなくもないかもしれないが。もう一度上を見てみるか。いやこれじゃなくて、未だに基本操作すら怪しい時がある。何かパタパタ。なるほど。木をなぎ倒す以外にも活用法があるのか。天然でできちゃうゆかりさん。俺青黒白。
Long time no see.
公園らしいっすね。
Nothing.
目的は砂浜なんだが。
I could not finish fixing this fence because the damn bird stole my van's key, where all my tools are. I've been trying to get them back, but it's nested high up, and I can't seem to attract it. If you manage to get my keys back, please call me at the number written on my truck, Mr. Levins.
鍵か。
I'm
ここを
going to need
壊すと
something to
はし
break
ごが
them.
開通して、ブレーカーなしでも行き来できるってわけ。レバーがあると、とりあえず引くゆかりさん。押しました。
I feel that the wind turbine is going to need a little help from me to launch.
ダメ押しが必要な様子。何かが引っかかっているわけではないんか？見てもよくわからんね。
Solve this puzzle and win a coin to use in George.
パズル？先頭の弾を動かしていて。キューブも移動？キューブはオンオフ的にこのレール上しか動かない様子。弾を切り替え、これは動かす弾の対象を一番前か一番後ろのどちらかに切り替えるっぽい。で、この印がついた弾をここの穴に入れるんじゃないかなって。つまりキューブをいい感じに動かして、いい感じに弾を導く。まあ、途中までルールを把握できてないんですけどね。
Look who's smart.
これは収集要素なのかな？それとも必須か。
Amongst birds living in the park, you will find the Corvus picatrix. I know you, you little flying thief. They keep their precious loot inside their beak, which makes it really hard to get back. To prevent such situations, scarecrows were installed by local
あれ
farmers.
が例の鳥か。このかかしってそれ用だったんだ。
That will teach you to look at me sideways.
なんでかかし外しちゃったん？
There's a thieving crow's nest right up there. As expected, it has something in its beak, but it will only leave its nest if it appears safe to do so.
安全だと思ったとき。なるほど。かかしを全部外せば降りてくるとな。
Take that! Beach access and renovation.
この先が目的地だったみたい。
I am the repairman in charge of fixing this gate. I've found a way to supply current to this unpredictable electrical panel. I've linked it to one of the small wind generators we have in the village. As long as there is wind, there will be current. Only issue is that while I was fixing it, one of those
さっきの動かなかった風車を動かせば、ここに電気が。
Please bring them. Minus Birdie should feel free to leave its nest now. Now I need to attract it.
すぐ降りてくるわけではないと。何かで引きつける。光るもの。さっきのコイン。
Birdie, it's between you and me now. Now that the scarecrows are gone, I need something to attract it.
勝手に使ってはくれない？そもそも使えるようなアイテムじゃない。
I need something to
む
attract
む
it.。
どこかに設置して、あいつを誘導して鍵をいただく？よくわかんねえから、とりあえず嵐。
Sweet. It was enough to start the turbine.
ああ、そう。よかったね。鳥くん微動だにせず、さすがやね。バグを疑ったゆかりさん、ロードしてやり直すも何も変わらず。ここでアイテムを捨てる機能を思い出す。そしてあからさまな痺れたけ。お前か。
Left its nest.
いやー長かったっす。コインを使うと思わせる策略にまんまとハマるゆかりさん。まあ、ハマるのは私だけだと思うけどね。
There. We told you stealing was bad. Now, I only need to
この
find the
車は
truck.
これやな。
Perfect. Probably not an organized person. He left a client's tape inside his toolbox.
アクセレント。これ無理やり日本語に訳したらどんなんなるんでしょう。
Stay on.
これで開通したので、ブレーカーを回収しまして。いつもの接続しまして。
The beach.
このはしごに何の意味が？飛び降りられるっぽいけど、今は必要なさそう。1時間ほど時計が進みまして。ああ、アンテナってああいう。意味深な水源だけど何もない。
This trap doesn't look the same as the others. The stitches are finer. But this one's empty. How shellfish of you.
イカタコかに、その辺の量に使ってたんすかに。
An anti-cult movement sticker. I'll speak out against you. This You are the one I'm looking for.
私は特に探していなかったんですが。エリスが欲しいと言うならもらっておきますが。歯車。どこかにはめてきっとぐるぐる。なんだ衝撃波。雰囲気的に全体緊急回避。チュートリアルで習ったやつは1体しか吹き飛ばせなかったらしい。今のはビビって引いてくれただけなのかも。ようわからん。これっすね。ドスコイ。ロッキーって石の名前？名前だったみたい。ボス戦か？
Let me guess. You want me to serve you a refreshing perfection. Is
バー
that
ですかね。これはゆかりさん行ったことない。ボス戦か？ちゃうのか。
They left a message. For me? I'm going to be curious.
Honey, it's me. I did something stupid. Again. I dropped the key to the restaurant in the gutter in front of the post office.
まとめますと、
And I
郵便局の前の側溝に
If only
レストランの鍵を落とした。
I would give anything to have these
光で開くバカな机があるらしい。ここの鍵のことですな。郵便局というのは公園入り口近くにあった気が。アンテナ調べましょ
No
う。
storm will be able to bring down such an antenna.
それだけか？
Not too professionally closed. The way I like them.
これはレバーが刺さっていたってことなん？
What happens if I remove this circuit breaker?
は？連中がいたことは明らかね。アンテナに仕掛けられた工作がブレーカーってことなのかな？雪が降っているように見えるんだが、
Snow? You gotta be
幻覚ではなくてマジで降っているみたいだ。アンテナくん何かした？反応なし。裏世界的なあれだったり？クジラかと思ったけど、
There's no way in hell.
潜水艦じゃね？ロークワルなのかも知らんけど。
I'll turn into an ice block if I stay like that.
このままだと凍るから服を着なさいと。
Fast.
この現象に関しては、おいおいわかるんだろう。
It's like we instantly changed the season. But not for the better.
季節が変わったとしたら、時間も変わっているわけで。
I really need to get back home.
まあ、いろいろ変化があるんでしょ。それでは、カットしたテープをこの後に。
In 1977, an ultra-low frequency sound was picked up by scientists south of the Atlantic Ocean. But no one succeeded in identifying the structural composition of this acoustic phenomenon, and many theories were put forward. Spy submarine, human aeronautical activities on the surface, or even tests of explosives resonating through the abyss. The case remained closed for 2 years until a second sound was recorded 2,000 kilometers from Namibia. This time, the subject worried specialists. The position of the two recordings suggests the movement of something. In 1984, the sound was picked up again, several times around the Bermuda Triangle. Governments in many countries decided to classify all information about this issue as confidential, and the general public was kept away. While tracking other countries' progress, our secret services discovered in '86 that the French government was particularly interested in the matter, and that they put in motion a special program called Rorqual, a scientific project mainly dedicated to the understanding of unknown oceanic noises. We then decided in 1987, based on what we found in the village of St. Exel, and considering that this last signal was recorded off the coast of French Brittany, that it made perfect sense for me to start our investigation here. During my time, I discovered a platform for listening and monitoring seismic activities at the heart of the lighthouse. Only recently, and thanks to an information trading deal I made with the cult, I got myself recruited there as a maintenance agent. It allowed me to find that the lighthouse crew is, in fact, following the movement of an object which turns out to be a French military submarine. So was it only a submarine that we tracked from the beginning? But its movements are inconsistent. How did it produce this noise that we regularly pick up? I copied a lot of tapes and left them inside the hideout, but they're all still encrypted. I was hoping to get more information from it, but I spotted a car in front of the house tonight, and it's clearer than ever now that my time to leave has come. Infiltrating the cell in the heart of the lighthouse made me realize that the French government is very concerned about the development of the situation here in St. Exel. The development of the sect, as well as the growing anomalies observed in the population and nature, are monitored in a sustained manner. They came to realize that if they do not act, this situation will eventually draw the attention of the entire country to St. Exel. I had, in my hands, documents detailing an operation called White Medusa, the purpose of which was to methodically isolate and capture everybody in the village. Do they think that the people here are all sick or contaminated with something? Or do they mean to sweep this affair under the rug? They seem to foresee 2 possible scenarios for carrying out Operation White Medusa. As if by coincidence, there are incidentally 2 events which attract almost all the population in the same place. The village festival, which takes place during a whole weekend, or a fair organized by the village school. I was able to reconstruct on the map the assaults considered in each of these possible scenarios. A large number of troops will be deployed, and they can easily prevent anyone from escaping by blocking the main accesses and roads. They will proceed using heavy trucks and toxic gas to control and direct the crowd toward them. The inhabitants of St. Exel have a Damocles sword over their head, but they don't know of its existence, nor when it will fall. In many areas, the life in St. Exel has deteriorated sharply in recent years. Local studies tend to show that nature has adopted an abnormal behavior. Some species started proliferating more than before, while others suffered the opposite effect. Some animals became aggressive towards humans, and some bird species completely migrated and left the region for good. We've also seen a lot of upheaval in the behavior of inhabitants of the village and their health. Ultimately, it led to many people leaving, which left only the ones who didn't have a choice. A real change is taking place, and no one seems to understand where it's coming from. Additionally, these extraordinary happenings have been rumored in the region, which isn't improving the situation. The village has become a place of attraction for people bathed in pseudosciences, esoteric and the occult, to say the least. They now see this place as a central home to their mythology. One movement eventually took over the others and established itself as the popular cult, the Devoted. They managed to obtain this importance by being omnipresent in their protests. They vandalized sites in large areas surrounding the village, which made the local press very keen on showcasing them, and ultimately helped a great deal in converting more people to their cause. According to my research, it is governed by a certain Aurora K. I couldn't find a lot of information regarding her, but managed to steal some pictures by following her after a public meeting with the population. She built her movement on the belief in the existence of an abysmal entity which would sow its harmful influence over the region and towards the inhabitants of St. Exel. To calm this underwater entity, they tirelessly seek the culprits for this curse. They unearth and send ashore on deteriorating ships coffins containing the bodies of people who have always lived here. If the boat returns and runs aground on the coast, the person and their family are pardoned. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like they've shifted into high gear by sending people who are still alive to sea. These are just rumors, and people who go missing may have simply decided to leave the area. They never communicated their plans with me regarding the future of their protest, and I'm not sure where they'll meet yet. My theory is that they'll probably regroup either near the White Manor or the local church.
それじゃあ今回はここまでだね。さよなら。次もよろ。